All right, so now we're going to continue our conversation about inequalities, but we're going to talk about how to solve an inequality. And right now we're just starting with adding or subtracting. We'll deal with multiplication and division a little bit later. So if I have an inequality like this, x plus 7 is less than or equal to 5 plus 3. The first step in an equation, just like if this was an equal sign, is you want to look at the left side of your equation and see if you can simplify anything. Well, x plus 7, those are unlike terms, so I can't do anything there. Then look at the right side of your equation and see if you can do anything. Well, 5 plus 3, those are like terms, so I can add those. So you're going to do that first. So now I know I have x plus 7 is less than or equal to 8. Now I need to get x alone. So in order to get x alone, I need to get this 7 onto the other side of the equation. Remember, you do that by adding the opposite. So I'm going to, the opposite of positive 7 would be negative 7. And remember, what I do from one side of the equation, I must do the same thing to the other side of the equation. So now if I'm just looking at this side, 7 minus 7 would be 0, so I'm just left with an x on this side of the equation. I'm going to bring down my inequality sign just like I would have brought down my equal sign, and 8 minus 7 would be 1. So now I know if I pick any value less than or equal to 1 and plug it into this equation, it would make a true statement. If you wanted to graph this now, sometimes it says graph your solution. Here's your number line. I'm going to put 0 somewhere. I'm going to put 1 somewhere. Again, if you'd like to put more numbers, you may, but it's really not necessary. It's less than or equal to, so I know this is going to be a colored dot right there on 1, and it's less than, so it's going to be all the values going that way. All right, let's take a look at another one. Let's see. Why don't we do 17 plus j is less than 2 times 10. So once again, the first step is to look at this side of the equation, see if you can combine any like terms. Well, 17 and j, those are unlike terms, nothing I can do there. But on this side of the equation, 2 times 10, I can make that a 20. So 17 plus j, I'm just going to write the same inequality sign and make that 20. My goal is to get j alone, so I need to get this 17 over to this side of the equation. This is a positive 17, so I have to do the opposite. So I'm going to subtract 17 from both sides. Over here, 17 minus 17, that becomes a 0. So I'm only left with j on that side of the equation. I'm just going to copy down and bring down my inequality. 20 minus 17 is 3. I want to graph my solution. I'm going to put 0 on my graph. I'm going to put 3 on my graph. It's less than, but it's not less than or equal to, so I'm going to have an open circle, and it's less than, so it's going to have all the values going that way. So if I picked any value over here on this side of my number line, it would make this equation a true statement. I'll do one more. All right, let's see. We'll have n plus 2 times 3 is less than 5 minus 6 times 2. All right, once again, you're going to look at the left side of the equation and see if you can simplify anything. Well, 2 times 3, I can multiply those together to get a 6. So I can make this n plus 6. But now those are unlike terms, so I can't do anything else there. I'm going to copy over my inequality sign. 5 minus, well, 6 times 2 would be 12. So this would be 5 minus 12. Well, I can keep going here because 5 minus 12 would actually be a negative 7. So let's go ahead and make that a negative 7. All right, I need to get this 6 now over to this side because I want to get n alone. This is a positive 6, so I'm going to do the opposite. So I'm going to subtract 6 from both sides. Over on this side, those 6's will cancel, so I'll just be left with n. Just copy down the inequality sign. -7 minus 6 will give me a -13. Once again, if I wanted to graph this, I'm going to put 0 on my graph. I'm going to put 13. It's going to be less than, not less than or equal to, so it'll have an open circle, and it'll look like that. So if you have any questions, let me know.